CBeebies Bedtime Story.
Right, football, check. Whistle, check. Hello, I'm Tanny. I'm just going through my story checklist to make sure we have everything for tonight's story. A football, yes, check. Football goal, yes, check. Whistle, yes, check. And a Benjamin. A Benjamin? I can't see one of those. I wonder what a Benjamin is. Maybe the dragon in tonight's bedtime story will know, as he found it in Dragonwood. The story is by Timothy Knapman and Gwen Millwood and is called Guess What I Found in Dragonwood. You'll never guess what I found the other day. Apparently, it's called Benjamin. I didn't know what to do with it, so I took it home to show my parents. Mum thought it might want something to eat, so she cooked it a delicious meal with all the punkiest fish and rankiest, mankiest worms. But it turned out it wasn't hungry. Can the Benjamin sleep in my room tonight, Mum? I asked. Well, I don't know if he's ever slept in a bed before, said Mum, but he does look very tired. So I gave it some pyjamas, and guess what? Its feet weren't stripy after all. The next morning, I took it to meet my friends. We're going to school, I said. Today, we're going to learn how to sit on a volcano. The Benjamin didn't look very keen. Perhaps there aren't any schools where it comes from. The moment he saw the Benjamin, Mr. Crockface said volcano sitting class was cancelled. After all, you don't come across a Benjamin every day of the week, and we were bound to learn lots from something so strange. And the Benjamin was very strange. It got around without wings. It had soft stick-out stuff on its head. Where'd all its scales gone? Its claws were blunt. Its tail had dropped off. No wonder its roar was more like a squeak. And instead of breathing fire from its nostrils, it could only leak water from its eyes. You see, it turned out that the Benjamin was homesick. He told us all about the faraway magical land he came from, a land full of Benjamins. Can you imagine it? They think dragons are story stuff and make-believe. So I said, you don't fly, you don't roar, you don't breathe fire. What do you do? I know, looks silly, doesn't it? Apparently, it's called football. The Benjamin promised it would be fantastic, and it was. Although, you're not supposed to fly in the penalty area, or eat the ball, or burn down the goalposts. So many things to remember. We had an awfully nice afternoon, but when I said it was time to go home, the Benjamin looked like he was going to leak again. You miss your mummy and daddy, don't you? I said, and the Benjamin nodded. I'll miss you, I said, but I knew it was time for him to go. Besides, I really wanted to see the land of the Benjamins. I asked my friends if they'd like to come with us, but I think they were all too scared. I was a little bit anxious myself. I'd only ever met one Benjamin, so I didn't know how I'd cope with a whole country full of them. But the Benjamin was so happy to be going home, I couldn't help smiling. It was an awfully long way, far, far across the seas. But it was just as beautiful as he said it would be. Mind you, the Benjamins have a very funny way of saying hello. When I got back home, I told all my friends about the wheel boxes with the wow noises and the whip-whip whirlybirds with flash lamps. They were very excited. Will you ever go back there? They asked. Of course, I said. The Benjamin wants to take me to school to meet his teacher. Or was that eat his teacher? I wasn't quite sure. Got to go now. Football practice. And that story was called Guess What I Found in Dragonwood. Maybe there's a Benjamin who'd like to play football with me. And maybe I'll find one in Dragonwood tomorrow. But now it's time for bed. Make sure you take off your wellies like the Benjamin before you go to bed. And I'll see you soon for another story. Night night. So, Mr. Dragon, whose side do you want to be on?